Today I'm talking about Pression for solo cello by Helmut Lachenmann, one of the most famous solo cello pieces of contemporary classical music. This might be our fourth Lachenmann episode. We've done, yeah, it's like the fourth score of his I have. So I think there's a number of different versions of this score. It's dated 1969. Here's the preface. Except for places where pitches are notated in the traditional manner, the notation of this piece does not indicate the sounds but the player's actions, i.e., at what place on the instrument the right hand and left hand should operate. The drawings in the left margin and other indications in the musical text serve as a guide. In the drawings, the upper edge corresponds to the bottom of the body of the instrument. So you can see the bridge is up here in the staff. See what I'm saying? And then the neck is down here. So this is like from the cellist's perspective down on their instrument. Yeah, and then a division line separates, or sorry, a division line represents a quarter note value if not expressly indicated otherwise. So I think he's talking about this niche here on the top. So this is this is a beat, right? This first line has 8 beats at quarter equals 66. If possible, this piece should be played by heart, or at least in such a way that the pages don't have to be turned. This score does not block the view of the cello and the bow. The cello may be electrically amplified. So the emphasis here is really on not only the sounds being created, but like visually how it appears, and you're supposed to take it all in, right, with all of your senses. So there's also scordatura here. The lowest string is a flat, so tuned down a major third. Third string is normal. Second string is down a minor second. And fourth string is down a major third. Or sorry, first string is down a major third as well. Uh, so you can see this first thing that's going on, right? You're bowing this long held tone in the middle of the, like where you would normally bow, right? And then your left hand starts making this glissandi up and down the strings, which is like kind of a harmonic glissando. And then you also, I guess you switch bowing here in beat 7, and then you add another finger, I'm thinking. I don't know if I'm blocking that. And then you stop bowing, but you continue moving your left hand up and down the strings, because that makes a sound too, right? And then you accent 2 of them with your left hand, so I'm assuming like really digging into it. But we'll see what it ends up looking like. But yeah, that's basically the score if you've never seen it before. It's a fantastic score study. Just looking at the score while listening. It was actually one of the first scores I ever looked at in my undergrad because I was interested in extended techniques. I had one meeting with Gary Kalesha about potential teachers, and I don't know how it came up, but said I wanted to do extended techniques, and he said you should look at this composer Lachenmann. So I went straight to the library, and this was the first Lachenmann score I found. And the PDF doesn't really do it justice. It is like a massive score to look at. I think it's on 11 by 17, and there's only 3 or 4 systems per page. And yeah, they get really complex looking. The work opens with a sliding of the bow on the bridge and a sliding of the fingers of the left hand over the strings. Okay, so I was wrong. You're not bowing on the strings at first. You're bowing on the bridge. So yeah, that line is the bridge, and that's a tailpiece. Okay. Uh, yeah, and sliding the fingers of the left hand over the strings, which from the outset plunges the listener into this concrete aspect. So yeah, if you're thinking about this opening thing, which I was not describing correctly before, the you're blowing on the bridge, so this sound is quite detached from the sound being made by your left hand, actually. So it's almost like a little counterpoint is set up where the two hands are making different sounds, saying different things, and what they're able to say is kind of defined by the physicality of the instrument, the way it's made and constructed. And I think that's sort of like a very essential idea to put forth right away is like these are the two hands that are making the piece. Link to the recording is in the video description. I'll see you in 9 minutes. If you're really familiar with this piece, I totally get it. If you just want to hear my thoughts today, and if you've never heard it before, I really encourage you to listen. It's sort of a must-listen cello piece. Okay, yeah, this was a great listen. It was like it was a bit nostalgic for me to be honest, but also it was like kind of a nice break from reality, and just it was nice to set aside some time to enjoy this, I have to say. Um, Maybe I should listen to this once a year or twice a year just to, keep myself inspired. Um, yeah, it's like the pacing is really fantastic. The way things are notated is super interesting, and the sequence of events from one technique to the next is very contrapuntal and fresh, and it's just like it's a very interesting, nice listen, and pretty hard not to like unless you have some sort of bias against certain techniques. But what he's trying to accomplish, like electronic music, but on a cello, I think he accomplishes it very well. It sounds like if I had no idea that this was possible on a cello and you just handed me a tape with the sounds, I would think it was a piece of tape music. And I think that's pretty remarkable. Of course, I've heard it enough that I recognize it, but yeah, that's all I have to say about Pression. And I highly encourage you to look at my other Lachenmann episodes. It's always a pleasure. And tomorrow is going to be, I think, the last cello episode.